Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Faye, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. 5 beats, 5 reviews. And before I get into it, actually, we just had a really dope Warzone beat battle. And it was OG Too Good Productions that ended up taking the win. And it was tight because, usually, I mean, all the beats are pretty good and all that stuff. But this time, it was actually pretty close when I was looking at the votes and all that stuff. So, yeah, congrats on that. So anyway, we're getting into it right away. And actually, first up, we got Too Good Productions with Lady. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Too Good Productions with Lady. All right, so first of all, I never thought I'd hear somebody sample that Kenny Rogers track, and you did a good job on it. It was really good. I really like the kick and the bass, how well they mesh together, and that's really important, because a lot of people, I don't think they really pay attention to that from what I hear or whatever. I mean, when I first started making beats a long time ago, I mean, I wasn't really aware of that kind of thing, and then years later I realized that that really is important. I realized that they go well together. It makes a big difference. It gives it a nice groove, so drums are on point, bass is nice, although it's maybe just my headphones, but it sounded like a little bit loud, but overall it was nice. I like how you transition from the vocal snippets just into the melody and stuff. The melody was very smooth and all that. Overall, it was just a really good head nodding beat. And I think the only thing really is that, like, if you're going to use the vocal snippets from Kenny Rogers, right? I mean, I would just say, like, use, I'd like to hear the part at the end, like, where he really sings it loud and stuff like that, where he carries the note. So just maybe, put that in your beat or something. I don't know, just something like that, but just to kind of change it up towards the end of your beat or whatever. But yeah, it's a good job. I like it, and it's a solid head nodder. All right, okay, so next up we got Memento Beats with All Right Now. Let's check it out.
And it feels so good just to hold you right now, right now, good right now. Gonna make up my perfect week right now, right now, good right now. Gonna make up my perfect week right now, right now.
All right. Okay, so that was Memento Beats with All Right Now. So on this track, it's a really good sample flip. I like it. The drums are really on point. I like that because it's a nice drum sequence. It's not just like a, just like a kick snare all the way through, like just kick snare, kick snare. So yeah, it's a nice drum pattern. I like it. And the sample flip, really dope. But the only thing is that I just wish you had some variation to it. Like, in other words, like taking out parts of it. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the things with sampling, right? I mean, you sample something and it's like, you got a nice little groove going, especially when it's vocals though. When you have vocals and all that, it's like it's hard to really kind of change it up in a way because you got a nice groove going with the vocals in it. So what do you do after that? So that's why what I try to do is I try to take make a groove with like some sample without the vocals, add the vocals on top rather than take the sample with the vocals in it. You know what I mean? So in other words, try to get the background music first, then add some vocals on top with like a high pass filter so it blends in nicely with the main sample you have. So maybe just something like that. But overall though, it's a really good groove. It's just that I just wish there was some parts where you just took out the vocals and all that stuff. And but I would just try that. I mean, I think that's the only thing is just to have that. Have like your main sample with just the music part, then add the vocals on top of that. So. But overall, it's a dope beat. I like it. All right, so next up we got On the Calf. It's Your Life. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was On the Calf with It's Your Life. All right, so that's a really dope piano. Really, really nice. And it's a perfect example of adding effects. Not just an effect, but the right effect to an instrument. So in this case, you have some nice reverb on that piano. It makes it sound so airy, let's say, whatever. It really fills out the whole canvas, if you will. And yeah, really good job on that. And the fact that you had these sounds, like little vocal snippets, other sounds just kind of like coming in and out and stuff, that's really important too, because it really sets the mood, and it's something that you don't really notice, but it's there. You know what I mean? So really good job on that. I like that. And the drums on point too, although the kick, it's fine. It's just that for me, personal preference, I think that kick's a little too punchy, but that's just me. But overall, it's a very, very dope beat. Yeah, it's just a very nice groove. The main thing is that piano. Overall, it's just a really, really smooth beat, and I like it. It's dope. All right, so next up we got produced by Baka, Esco. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was produced by Baka with Esco. This one, I like the groove that you have. Okay, I like that with the loop they have going. The only thing is that I just was expecting something to drop in. You only used 1 minute instead of 2, but still, I was waiting for some kind of lead to come in, and instead it was just this one loop and stuff. So it does sound nice. The drums are very, very punchy. I like that. Not too punchy, but they're just like a nice amount of punch. And that loop that you have is very, very good. It's just that, like I said, I was expecting something to come in. Like I was expecting to hear some kind of synth lead or piano or something. And then you have the like a bit of bass there at the beginning of each first bar. But it's just that it's I was expecting, it's okay, I was just expecting like an actual bass line to come in rather than just this bass note or whatever. So that plus I was expecting some sort of lead. That's a bit disappointing, but the rest, I do like it. It's a nice loop. I just expected you to come in with more than that, you know what I mean? So, but it's dope. I like the drums especially. I just wanted you to come in with something else, something to really bring the beat to life, and yeah. All right. Okay, so next up we got the last beat. It's Yeah Yeah Yanni with Rollin' Tropic. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Yeah Yeah Yanni with Rollin' Tropic. So for this one, of course, you get this famous sample, been used a bunch of times. The way you use it, it's really good. It's just a simple loop, but it's good. It's because that's the best part of that sample. And the thing is, though, is that I was just waiting for the drums to drop in, because when you had it, it was like like a bit of a kick and then the snare, and but then I didn't hear this actual this drum sequence coming in. So for what you have, I would say keep everything you have, but then bring in a drum track over that. You know what I mean? Because then that'll really get the listener going. Because right now it's just like I'm listening to it. I'm just trying to hear something coming in, right? But nothing's coming in. So I would say keep it as is, yeah. But then definitely add some drums on top of that. And the low end, it sounds to me like an 808. So it's good. It's just that it's used a little too much the way you have it, but it does sound good like at the beginning part. But then when you keep with the boom boom boom, you keep bringing it in, it's like it's okay. But because it's an 808, like I tend to tell people just try to scale it back a bit or whatever. But yeah, and then like I said, the sample, the way it's used, that's fine or whatever. And yeah, the main thing is just to drop some drums in, because that'll make it a real head nodder then, because it's a nice sample. It's just that like the previous beat, I'm just waiting for something to drop in, so. But besides that, yeah, it's well done. I like it. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attacking the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat is, the winner is, drum roll please, On the Calf with It's Your Life. Let's check it out.